Yes, villagers, today we're going to be talking about the holidays. Now, while the holidays is not a work day, sometimes the stress that you can accumulate on those holidays may make you want to go back to work. If you want to know how to put more happy in your holidays, you are in the right place. If you're new to this channel, welcome to our village. If you're a returning villager, welcome as well. So, let's get into it. Welcome to Garden of the Mind, where we reduce stress, improve our health and fitness, and improve our financial IQ every episode. The holidays can be a very, very stressful time. There's so many things to consider. All of the family members coming in town, all of the decorations, the food, where you're gonna go, even if you're not hosting. So many things to consider. So you have to find out exactly where is your stress coming from. If the holidays are no longer as joyful as they once were because you lost a loved one, I certainly understand, and you have my condolences. But that's no reason to get sad. The celebration still has to go on. So honor their memory by doing something that they really love during the holidays. Set a place for them at the table. Decorate in their favorite colors. Do some of the activities that they would absolutely love. Think about what it is that they would say about some of the things that some of your guests are wearing, or the decorations, or cook some of the foods that they would love. Find some way to honor them and still include them in the celebration. And I guarantee you, they will be all the more happy for that. You have to think about what it is that they would have wanted. They probably would not have want you sitting around moping around. They will want you to have fun, and wherever they are looking down at you, I'm sure they are smiling and happy that you are having fun and you're still thinking about them and still honoring them. Tip number 2, if you're overwhelmed with hosting, it's probably because you have a whole lot of things to do and not a lot of time. So what I say is write down all of the things that you have to do and then break it up into small little tasks that you can do on a day-to-day basis. Now, another reason why you're probably overwhelmed is because you think you can do everything. You can't. You need help. Don't block your blessing by not asking for help. People ask all of the time, do you need me to bring something? You're like, no, I got it. And then you do have it. A whole lot of stress and not a whole lot of happy. Think about all of the things that you need, and when you have a guest that asks you, make sure you have something to tell them to bring because they're trying to help. Now, you got to know who your guests are. If you know there's somebody who's always late no matter what time, how much head start they have, you do not want them to bring the main dish. So if you're having Thanksgiving, they should not be bringing the turkey. It wouldn't end well. Have some of your early guests bring some of the dishes that you absolutely need. So if it's Thanksgiving, you want to make sure they are responsible for bringing the turkey. Now, the late guests, you can just have them bring some ice or some Entenmann's cake or something. Tip number 3, do not let family get under your skin. Now, I know that's easier said than done because family members were there way back when you didn't have this or you didn't know that or whatever the case may be. And they are super quick to humble you with who you were way back then. Once they start bringing those things up, you revert back to the age that you were at the time that those things happened. And they revert back to the age they were when things happened. And it's a whole emotional situation, and it doesn't usually end well. Family members have a way of scratching old wounds or wounds that were unresolved, and sometimes they can bring out the worst in us. The best way to deal with that is know that they are trying to get your goat. They are trying to get under your skin. So act like you bet somebody $1,000 that no matter what they do, you would not allow this family member to get under your skin. It's one of my favorite stories is a story about a woman who brings home a snake. And the whole time, the snake is inside the cage and he's like, please, please let me out. And she says, no, you're a snake and you're going to bite me. And he says, no, I'm not going to bite you. Please, please let me out. And she's like, no, you're a snake and you're going to bite me. So he keeps going on and on and on. And finally, she lets him out the cage. And the minute she lets him out the cage, pow, he bites her. And she's like, oh my gosh, how can you have bit me? And he says, you know I was a snake before you let me out the cage. Now, you know this isn't a true story because snakes don't talk. And I'm not calling any of your family members snakes. But let's go with the lesson. The lesson is we know about who our family members are. So even before we go in the door, sometimes we right there at the door getting ready to knock, like, ooh, Cousin Mel better not say nothing about this, or this. So you already know what the situations are. You are already aware of what your triggers are, yet you still allow them to be pulled. Act like the woman who knew the snake was a snake. You know that this person is trying to get under your skin, so don't let them. Now, some family members can really take you there. I mean, some of them, you're just not delivered for all of the foolishness that they're bringing to the table. You know what your triggers are, but you're not strong enough to do anything about it yet. If that's the case, then you have to give yourself some distance. You can't allow yourself to be taken there. So, love them from a distance. It's okay. You don't have to be up in their face as much as you are with everybody else or all of the other family members. You can still love them from a distance. You can say, hi, how are you? Ask them a few questions, a little small talk, and you keep it moving. Now, Matthew 10:36 says that a man's enemies will be of his own household. So God recognizes that some of the people in your family are going to take you there and they are going to test your religion. Don't let it happen. If you got anything out of this video, please give it the thumbs up. If you like this channel, please subscribe. If you want to know exactly when I post, which is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, click on that notification bell. You get an alert on your phone letting you know that there's a new video there waiting for you. What do you do to keep the holidays happy? Please include that in some of the comments so that we can all benefit from the body of knowledge. Because chances are, if it's something that you've already overcome, it is something yet that someone else is still struggling with. So you may be someone's blessing. So please don't block anyone's blessing by withholding your comment. And remember, thoughts are actions, words have power, and actions have consequences. Tune in on Wednesday where we'll be talking about more investments that you can make through your employee benefits. I'll see you then.